What do you think the effects of these of HAARP and the electromagnetic fields affects this this body that we're inhabiting at the moment?
Well, this is a really important point. Now, there's a bit of synchronicity. Yeah. Because I talk about this in the book, and I connect it to the moon matrix in this way. This epoch change, this energetic information change that's going on, is waking people up demonstrably from the coma, the suppression of the past. More and more people are waking up. Staggering people are waking up who were solid concrete asleep not so long ago. And so for the moon matrix to dictate our sense of self, and by the way, you know, the reptilian brain, which is like a big microchip that it overwhelmingly connects us to the moon matrix, that is about emotional reaction. It's about fear of not surviving, not just physically, fear of not surviving financially, fear of not surviving in terms of a relationship, fear of not surviving in terms of losing your job. And you know, this kind of background anxiety, I call it, where people have this anxiety for no reason. It's just like eats away at them, this inability to find peace. Well, that's because this moon matrix, I would suggest anyway, is feeding that vibe into us all the time. Anyway, the point is that as we awaken, open our minds, and our vibrational state starts to quicken, so we move beyond the frequency of the moon matrix to a very, very large extent, and its influence starts to weaken. And so we can start to see things, perceive things, and understand things in a way we couldn't before, because that if you like, that technological vibrational voice in the head was feeding us a sense of reality, fear, anxiety, and holding us in this low vibrational state. It is my feeling, as I say in the book, Patrick, that things like HAARP, they have multiple levels. They bounce radio waves off the ionosphere and all the other stuff. But also, they can broadcast information on the same frequency range as the human brain, and they can put thoughts, perceptions, etc., collectively in people's heads. My strong suggestion is that HAARP, one of the, if not the prime reason for HAARP, is to be another way of underpinning, of supporting this moon matrix reality, as it loses more and more its power as people waken up. If you like, it's pulling more troops in them to man the barricades vibrationally. That's what HAARP's doing. And what they're trying to do is create a sub-reality in the energy field around the Earth, which we all live in. And, you know, as you might say, how do you affect all the fish at the same time? You affect the sea. Then you've got them. And they're trying to manipulate, suppress this energy sea that we live in, which is now more and more being affected by this vibrational change, the truth vibrations, I call them, and they're trying to suppress that. They're throwing more and more at us. This is why they're desperate to get us microchips so they can externally destabilize us. This is why they want to create mayhem in the world, to put us in states of fear, bewilderment, and stuff, which hold us in low vibrational states. They're desperate. They are desperate.
And it doesn't it all fit, David Icke? Because as we as soul become more evolved and more open and more conscious, more awareness, then they just do more stuff because that's the way it works, right? So they're gonna try to keep us down, but we are separate from this, aren't we? As soul, we are separate from these vibrations. And that's our awareness. We have to understand and see that separateness.
Yeah, but what they've had to do, as I said earlier, is get the body-mind level of our experience to forget
we are.
that it's consciousness. And this is what they're trying to do, to stop consciousness connecting powerfully to the body-mind level, and therefore fundamentally influencing our state of awareness, our state of perception, our state of knowing, of inspiration, and all the rest of it. It's isolating body-mind. That's what they're after. They know they can't manipulate consciousness, right. But they can manipulate body-mind.
So for the short term, it's going to
computer-like.
Yeah, for the short term, then it's going to become more challenging for us.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. But I am so up for it in the sense of I've reached a point in this journey now where I've crossed a Rubicon. A Rubicon where I've realized very, very powerfully that actually this control system, the game is up. They're going to try to hold on like a cornered rat. They're going to throw more stuff at us. They're going to get more extreme. They're going to get more panic-stricken. And when you're panic-stricken, you make mistakes and all the rest of it. As we move through, I think, I don't see 2012 as particularly more important than any other year in this cycle, because the truth vibration influence is just getting more and more powerful all the time. And so 2012's greatest significance is it's not 2011, if you follow me. Because by 2012, the influence of these truth vibrations are going to be much greater than 2010 or 2011. But 2013 is going to be more than 2012, 2014 more than 2013. And I'm sure there'll be amazing things starting to happen, because that's the nature of what this change is doing, both in the negative and the nice. But I would say that by 2016-17, this epoch-changing energy will have reached a point of tipping point where it becomes the dominant reality. And at that point, the control system's over, because the control system is a manifestation of the old energetic epoch. Therefore, when that epoch is replaced by this new energetic reality, then the control system must fall, because its very vibrational, digital foundations have gone. So it's doomed. And these people don't know that it's doomed, because, just as they can access higher levels of if you like, intellectual awareness than humans, because they suppress humans out of that. So the level of awareness that is playing out this change can see far more than the control system. And so the control system's going along thinking, we've cracked it. But actually, it's got a very big shock coming in the next few years.
David, this leads us right into that next email, which is from Carla. She's from San Francisco. She says, I'm kind of confused, because I understand with my research that we are actually in the Kali Yuga, or the Iron Age. And then there is this great awakening with many people on the planet, and they can experience this golden age. But we're all living together. How is this all going to work? From Carla. That's a great question.
Well, it's if you open your mind, then and connect with these truth vibrations, then you flow with them, and everything starts to change. If you don't, then it's going to be like the control system. The control system cannot survive in this reality once its energetic foundation is no longer there, or is diluting all the time, and then eventually is no longer there. And so I think there's going to be massive changes in this reality, and we are at a fork in the road. Are we going to take the way of consciousness and this change into this fantastic new period of expansion, or are we going to resist it? And if we resist it, then basically we're going to get more and more out of sync on a physical level. I mean, we're all conscious having an experience.
Sure,
I mean, I'm only talking about the physical level, not consciousness of everyone in general. But on a physical level, they'll be getting more and more out of sync with the changing epoch, because the physical body is a vibrational field. And it can change too. It can speed up, or it can not speed up. It can go into more density, and so this is a real period with a lot of choice.
Well, David,
attached to it.
With every soul having free will, and say if you could get 20 or 30% of the planet, 1 billion or so, wake up during these years and really start to get what you're saying. How does that work when you have another 4 or 5 billion that don't, and have created some dark stuff for them, because they're creating more trauma so they can wake up as well? How is this going to work when we're all in this together?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is that there's not someone on another dimension with an AK-47 saying to awareness, get in that body or else. So what we all need to understand and take responsibility for is the fact that we've chosen to be here.
Right.
The thing is, though, that consciousness, that higher consciousness, that the eye looking through that lens is the level that made the decision. This level is trying to understand that decision because it's experienced decision, because it's experiencing it. And there's that scene in The Matrix where Neo is basically saying, oh, no, don't tell me this is going to happen because I would not have chosen it. And what the Oracle says is basically, you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made the choice. What you have to now do is understand it. Because that which is experiencing this level did not make the decision to come from the level of perception that it's now experiencing in this reality. The decision to come into this reality at this time was made by higher levels of consciousness who can see the whole river from source to sea, and not like the conscious mind that can only see the next turn on the river. See, we're traveling down the river symbolically, and we're trying to work the journey out, but we can't see until, beyond the next turn in the river. If we open to consciousness, our consciousness, higher levels of consciousness beyond the body, then it can see the journey from source to sea, and it can guide us through it in a way that the conscious mind simply can't do, which is very, very important at this time, that we open to intuitive knowing and let that guide us instead of trying to work it out with the conscious mind and the intellect, which is a very low level of awareness and will not be able to give us the most effective choices and decisions compared with consciousness that is beyond this world looking in. It's very important that we open the heart and open the mind and go with our feelings, with our intuition, and not let, mind dictate and intellect dictate everything. Otherwise, we're going to lose the plot.